Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Reapyron, and today we're going to be going over the, second weapons for Engineer. Builds that I'd recommend for them without any overclock. We're going to be taking these on a Hazard 5 mission and trying to complete it. So Engineer's second primary is Stubby, and their second secondary is the Breach Cutter. Both these weapons are really good. I like both of them quite a lot. I know a lot of other people do. So we're going to build up Stubby first. Stubby is a submachine gun that shoots very fast, does pretty low damage per shot, but it does have an electric build. You could also build this more as a regular submachine gun with just a bunch of ammo in it. That can work too. You can build it as a damage submachine gun, but it's honestly just kind of okay when you build it for damage. So, without any overclocks, the build that I'm going to run for this is going to be an electric build. The electric build I find works really well, especially in teams where you can take advantage of this, but it will also help since we have Bosco who has electric rounds on him. So first up in Tier 1, we have some pretty good options here. I'm going to go with the upgraded capacitors to give us a higher percentage chance of electrocuting enemies. This will give us 50% over the 20% base that we have. It's just kind of more consistent for the electric build, I would say. Ammo is a great choice here. Damage, like I said, damage Stubby is kind of okay, but I don't run it that much. In Tier 2, I'm going to go with the high capacity magazine. Just more bullets in the magazine. I like it a lot, but all of these are good. Recoil reduction is nice, although Stubby doesn't have too much recoil. It doesn't have too much unmanageable recoil, I would say. Rate of fire is good too. Then we're going to go with expanded ammo bags. This will just kind of help us sustain fire. And since we didn't take the first one, kind of makes sense to take this one. In Tier 4, we're going to go with conductive bullets. This gives us 30% more damage to electrified targets. Since both me and Bosco are running electric bullets, most things are probably going to be electrified. So we can use this to spray down enemies a little bit faster. But the hollow point bullets are pretty good too, because 30% weak spot damage is really good. And then we are going to go with electric arc. This just zaps everything around the target, or has a chance of zapping everything around the target when we do inflict our lightning. So we can potentially hit multiple enemies, and this works a little bit better against crowds, which Stubby is honestly kind of okay against crowds and kind of okay against single targets. I don't know if it really excels at one or the other, but it does do every job good. For the secondary with the Breach Cutter, the build that I usually run on the Breach Cutter is just going all ammo with it. So I'm going to go with high capacity magazine. This is so we hold 6 shots rather than 3 shots, I believe. Yeah, which just feels so nice. You could go with the longer projectile lifetime, although I'm usually using this at like close to medium range against most enemies, not trying to hit enemies at far range. It's not going to be a bad choice on either of these. I just like the higher capacity magazine. In Tier 2, I'm going to go with expanded ammo bags. More ammo is always good, especially with this weapon that hits like an absolute truck. So being able to hit more enemies with this is great. Extra damage is good. I mean, more damage is always good, but it feels a little bit unnecessary with the Breach Cutter, since usually you're 1 or 2 shotting most enemies with this thing. You're certainly like 1-shotting crowds with this thing. But if you want to go with more damage and you want to have this more for a single target, yeah, condensed plasma is good. You could also go with the loosened node and have a bigger or a more wide line, which does work against crowds too, but I find it to be a little bit unnecessary compared to the ammo bags. At least without any overclocks. I do like this one with a couple of the overclocks. In Tier 3, I'm going with quick deploy. This is just so that my plasma goes out immediately upon shooting it, so I can hit anything that's real close to me. It can come in handy in a pinch, and I don't really plan on reloading this too much because I am going to be running this with Born Ready, so the reload speed isn't super appealing to me. In Tier 4, both armor breaking and stun are really good. I usually like going with stun for this. It just works really well against big things and potentially anything that I didn't kill, plus it will let me pick off anything with Stubby or with my pickaxe or potentially with grenades otherwise. So, but again, both these are great. And then in Tier 5, I'm going to go with Plasma Trail. This is just so that I do more AoE damage with this weapon. Triple line split is great because even though you shoot out 3 lines, it doesn't actually count as 3 projectiles. It just makes it so you have a higher percentage chance of hitting. Well, I guess it does technically count as 3 projectiles, but if you hit with all 3 projectiles, you're not going to be doing triple damage or something like that. That would be insane for this weapon. This just makes it easier to hit enemies, which can be really good if there's like a lot of Mactera around or something. For the pickaxe, I'm going to be running power attack and better weight balance, the usual ones that I run for my pickaxe, but really any of the Tier 3s are good there. For perks, I'm going to be running thorns to keep little things off of me. Just really nice to have. Born Ready, so I don't have to worry about reloading Stubby or the Breach Cutter or the platform gun as much. Going with Resupplier, it's just really good. I really like Resupplier. You get a lot of value out of it. You get more health value out of it. For perks, I'm running Dash, Dash is really good on most classes besides really Scout, and it's not even bad on Scout, but it lets you get away from bad situations. Beastmaster to get a Steve works really well in combination with our turrets and everything. For turrets, I'm running 2 turrets. Some people have asked me whether 1 turret or 2 turrets is better. Honestly, it kind of depends on how much managing you want to do and what job you want it to do. I like having the 2 with the quick deploy, just so I can set them up fast, and I usually reposition my turrets fairly often throughout the mission. I don't reload them manually all the time. Usually I just call them back when they're low on ammo, and that will refill them and then set them back up again. If you want to not be bothered with that as much, you could go with like 1 turret, then you could go with the faster reload or with the extra ammo. I'm going with armor breaking. I just like that one a lot, but stun is really good here. And then the defender system, so I can kind of set them up in particular positions. Platform gun, I'm running ammo, plastic concrete, and repetitive additive. This is what I usually run on the platform gun. For a grenade, we're going to be taking the plasma burster, because I will remember to take the second grenade this time. Plasma burster is great. This goes off multiple times, and it actually has a much bigger explosion radius than it really looks like visually. Works great against crowds, but you can blow yourself up kind of easy with this. It does take getting used to, but it is really strong against hordes. And then for armor, I'm going to be running my normal setup with armor. Bigger bags, I just like this one. If you don't like the bigger bags, go with the improved generator or something like that. Healthy to get more health. This is more important on the higher difficulties because it just kind of helps when your shield does get broken. You can survive a few more hits. Whatever option you have in tier 3, because that's your only option. And then in tier 4, I'm going with breathing room. So if I get downed, when I get picked up, I have 6 seconds where I cannot be downed again, rather than the 3 seconds that it normally is. Let's take this to a point extract. I haven't done one of those as engineer in quite a while. So, let's go there. Remember to check your beer of the day. It might be something good. In my case, it's Dark Morkite, so I can't use it because the game hates me and doesn't want me to get anything besides Dark Morkite whenever I film these videos. Here we are in the frozen wonderland. Hello, Bosco. Okay, I nearly jumped off a cliff. Be careful about that. Especially in biomes like this, where there can be cliffs right away. Let's build ourselves a little platform here. We do want to take out the tri-job pretty quick. Now with the breach cutter, at least the way that I have it set up, we don't really have a great long-range option. Stubby is mostly used for close range, and the breach cutter I'm going to be using for hordes and for big enemies like this. We can also use our plasma bursters here. They work pretty well against large targets like the Praetorians here as well. So let's get rid of them. And one thing that we're going to want to do is get 80 Nitra as quickly as possible. Mostly because we're playing on Hazard 5. If you're playing on the lower hazard difficulties, this won't be as big a concern to you, but it's always a good thing to strive for, just because it makes it so you don't have to worry as much about ammo. Especially on a mission like this, because these point extracts, the longer they go on, the more enemies are going to show up. So you really don't want to be taking too long to get everything done. Tossing these things is a little bit quicker, especially if you have strong arm. In the exception, well, with the exception of you potentially not having Backbreaker Stout or Unstoppable, or them in combination, then I think it is a little bit quicker to walk them there. Because with both in combination, you run about the same speed. Alright, I'm gonna set my turrets up over here.
Rock and roll.
Remember to manage your turrets as engineer. You want to get them up probably faster than what I did, realistically, so you can get better value out of them. Because they're great for warning you about any nearby threats like leeches or Mactera coming in, or maybe even a bunch of swarmers, because they're just really efficient at killing those. Oh, we have more nitro over here. Nice. And Bosco's got that for us.
I'm totally loaded.
Bosco, drop that. Steve and Bosco, fight them for me. I hear them coming. Oh, okay.
Platform up.
Remember to use your platform gun to save you from falls too. It does reduce the amount of fall damage you take, at least if you have the concrete on there, or the plascrete, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call in a resupply over here, and okay, good. I was gonna say, hey, it fell down a hole, but it didn't.
Time to restock.
Okay. This is kind of actually to our advantage, I think. Ooh. Oh, I'm sliding. Okay. That makes a bit more sense then. Alright. Go get him, Steve. I'm gonna get some of this Holomite while we're over here. Alright, against hordes, the breach cutter is absolutely insane. And you can kind of just aim the breach cutter where the enemies are, because it will go through any sort of terrain to hit them. So as long as it's a straight line, you should be able to hit them with this.
Secondary objective completed.
Alright, secondary objective completed. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a whole lot of the primary objective, though, is the problem.
Come and get me, you disgusting bug. Follow me, Bosco.
Thank you, Bosco. Give that to me. Now we gotta figure out where the last two are hidden. And I should probably get my other resupply. I have 2 more left. I can probably get 1 more
More ammo.
from a horde. No. And if you get stuck down in the hole, it's kind of a bad thing. Alright, well, luckily for us, though... Yeah, we can kind of climb out and use dash to get away. Oh, wait, there's one right there. Bosco, get that. Don't worry about this. I'll take care of these. Oh, wait, I found it. That's our last one right there. Nice. Okay, so we just have to survive the horde. Which I feel like we can do, yeah. Because we have quite a good amount of AoE damage here. Oh. Alright, I'm just going to run through the plasma trail then. And use dash to put myself in a better position. And then we'll just use up the breach cutter rounds here. Oh wait, Steve!
Let's be friends.
Yes, let's be friends, Steve.
Central gun needs assembling.
And set up my turrets here too. I don't know if I could really survive another horde after this, so it's a good thing that we found our last thing that we need here. Let's get that.
Help me with the minerals.
Bosco, mine that please. I'm gonna try to work my way back up there because I don't remember how to get up there. Bosco.
Come here, you flying tin can.
Yes, come here, Bosco. Alright, I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna call him the...
You've achieved your objective.
yeah, launch the rocket. Let's go. And I'm gonna grab my last resupply, which is still down here in this hole.
Hang in there.
Alright, there we go.
Grabbing ammo.
Get this. I need the bullets.
Never felt better.
And probably trying to survive over here isn't a bad
One
idea.
central gun ready to be built.
Alright.
Central gun needs assembling.
We can use this ice to our advantage to just kind of move around here.
Every bullet count.
Oh, we got 2 wardens here. Alright. That's that over there.
Who's gonna protect you now, we
Alright, we only have to survive for a minute, so... Ooh, hey, and we gotta proc up the electricity on those jellyfish. That's nice. Oh no, I hit you, little loot bug. No! No, I'm so sorry. I actually don't think I killed a single loot bug this time, except for that one by accident. There we go.
Go back down. Weapon ready.
Oh, my turrets are out. Alright, hang on, recall them. Once they're back to me, yeah, then they'll be reloaded.
Gun needs assembling.
We can set them back up again. Well, maybe not on the ice. The ice was probably a bad choice. Another one? Maybe it's the same warden, or one of the same ones. I know we killed one. Yeah, get it, Steve. There we go.
Drop pod inbound. Stand clear.
Alright, drop pod's coming in. Where do we gotta go? 104 meters in that direction. Okay. Down low or up high? Look at those tri-jaws.
Drop pod has arrived. Clock is ticking. All up to you, team.
It's kind of in the middle. Alright.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Platform up.
I guess I'm gonna try to go around this way. Okay. No need to worry. We still got time. Hey, at least I hit the deep snow. That was convenient. Deep snow will soften your impact a little bit. Oh, we got an oppressor. Oh yeah, against anything like oppressors like this, you don't actually have to aim for their weak spot with the breach cutter. Well, you kind of do, but I mean, it's kind of hard to miss if you just don't want to aim. Alright, goodbye bugs. Let's get out of here. Alright, 325 killed. That did take 20 minutes, which is kind of long for a point extract, especially if that was multiplayer. That would be a really long point extract mission then. Alright, so this was using Engineer without any overclocks with Stubby and the Breach Cutter. Hopefully this gives you kind of an idea of potential builds to use and kind of the way that I play Engineer, and that you can play Engineer even on Has-5 without any overclocks, especially if you're using these two weapons. These are pretty solid weapons all the way around, even without overclocks. The Breach Cutter in particular is really good even without overclocks. Thanks everybody for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Tell me your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Special thanks to the supporters of this channel. These are my members over here on YouTube and my patrons over on Patreon. They get early access to videos like this, and if you would like to be a part of that, there are links down in the description of this video. Thanks again. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.